Good morning, wrestling fans, and welcome to another edition of Wrestle Talk Show. I'm your host, Joshua Zimmerman, here to bring you the latest and greatest professional wrestling news, bits, rumors, and anything else that we decide to cover. First and foremost, like we do every episode, we want to thank our audience for your viewership and your recommendations. We encourage you to visit WrestleTalkShow.webs.com and support the show and interact with the show in any way you want to. Leave feedback on our forums, comment directly on our YouTube video site at youtube.com/CWE Company. There you can leave direct comments that will be factored into the show if they're not concurring with news, if they're actual comments. We want to thank all the viewers from the video a couple days ago that found the video to be, quote, very informative. We appreciate that. I put a lot of work into what you see, so it's good to get a great nod that we're taking a step in the right direction. I'm sure you'll tell me when I don't. But again, visit the forums. Interact there. There's questions. You can create a question. Send show emails to cwecompany@gmail.com. Friend us and follow us on Facebook and Twitter, both at CWE Company. Now that we've got the cordials out of the way, for lack of better words right now, we'll get into your ratings for the week. Monday Night Raw 2 days ago scored a 3.8. SmackDown scored a record-breaking for Sci-Fi 2011, scored a 2.3. Impact scored a 1.3. That's attributed to the fact that they hyped up that it was going to be the biggest show of the year. Kind of, who am I talking about, kind of? Extremely disappointed you with that. Didn't even mention it on the show till the very end. They kind of factored it in by having Taz throw to it. And they were so embarrassed with the outcome that the hype on TNAWrestling.com, where you click the link and find out details on it, is now a 404 error. They're so embarrassed about it, they removed it as soon as it happened, and they realized that they didn't have anything as big as they were promoting. So you'd think that they'd want some kind of build-up for the biggest show of the year. And your WWE Superstar scored its usual 0.6, so no drop, no gain. So the same amount of people are watching that. In your wrestling news, Hulk Hogan is suing Suntrop Automotive Group for its, I want to say, character infringement and personality discrepancies, because he claims that the commercial where it depicts a wrestler saying tired of being body slammed by bad car prices, and the commercial's reference to guns and referring to one's acquaintance as brothers, he's suing for the commercial to be removed and an unspecified amount of damages. My only question to that is, what kind of damages do you get when your son paralyzes someone? Stop trying to get money out of people. Go back to work, even if it's not TNA. Go do something and make your living. Stop suing people. Mystico is now signed with World Wrestling Entertainment. In a press conference in his hometown of Mexico City, he says he looks forward to paying homage to the masked wrestler. In a nutshell, looks forward to paying homage to masked wrestlers over the years, and looks forward to the new challenge and being a part of the pinnacle of professional wrestling. Basically, obviously, he hasn't watched in a while, but I shouldn't say that, because Road to WrestleMania is always fun. The numbers for Royal Rumble 2011 are in, and it gained 450,000 buys, which is about the same as last year. So it's safe to say that people want this Royal Rumble and Well, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and I don't know, maybe SummerSlam. I'll argue that if you would have hyped, like I said in previous videos, if you would have hyped King of the Ring as a pay-per-view instead of a free-for-view where you got to watch all the eliminations and the qualifying matches on live TV, maybe you would have gotten some buys out of that. TNA personality Jeremy Borash in hot water with the New Zealand fan after the New Zealand fan sent a private message or a broadcast Twitter basically saying, after Borash announced that TNA had big news for the New Zealand area and TNA wrestling fans in general, the fans said, I hope you put New Zealand out of its misery and get this crap off TV. Not a bad statement to make. Supposedly Jeremy Borash sent a direct private message to this fan saying, I hope your whole family dies. So take that for what you will. It is what it is. Kevin Nash has just confirmed that he signed a 5-year Legends deal with World Wrestling Entertainment. So you're basically looking at one-offs. He can't handle the road schedule, obviously, so you're not going to get much out of him. But 5 years is a long time, so we'll see how this progresses. I concur with my friends at the PW Torch and SmartWrestlingFan.com when more PW Torch. Maybe this is a good thing that you haven't heard from him since the Royal Rumble. It might insinuate, or it does insinuate, that they're picking their spots on when to use Kevin Nash. If they're doing that the smart way, if they're doing that, then it's smarter than what TNA had for him, where he was on TV week after week. Goldberg in a recent Twitter says, don't believe the rumors of me and WWE. First of all, we haven't wondered that since last year. Second of all, you're not doing anything wrestling related. We weren't wondering, Goldberg. Go back to the Speed channel. And that's all I got to say about that. Kevin Nash is, Bill Goldberg's kind of irrelevant at this point. And it's confirmed that Linda McMahon will run again for Senate in 2012. And Chris Jericho will be a part of Dancing with the Stars March 21st, 2011. Starting March 21st, 2011. For your segment, first of all, I think I'll use this as the segment. It's obvious with Sean Waltman, aka X-Pac, and all those other wrestlers that they don't take responsibility for their Twitters. They basically put their Twitters or their Facebooks. They basically put whatever they want on there and retract whatever they want. Say things that later on they end up retracting, like X-Pac a couple weeks ago when he said Just Incredible was missing, and then he called Just Incredible's house and Just Incredible was at home with his family. They need to, you're in the public forum, you're in the public eye, you need to start owning up for what you did. If this turns out that a lot of people are saying it's just Jeremy Borash, what's the big deal? But if you're telling this to your fan base, who TNA, as we discussed last video, loses viewers as the 2-hour show progresses, you'd think you'd want to hold on to whatever UK, USA, whatever type of fan base you have, wherever you're at, you'd think you'd want to hold on to that. So I know it's trivial, but make them more accountable. If you're going to put something, if you're going to say something, stand behind it. If it's ill-advised, don't say it until you have all the facts, because you do have followers for a reason. It builds your wrestlers, it builds your personalities, and all in all, you hope that it builds the brand at the end of the day. When you have stuff like this, it doesn't really do anything except, make you look bad. So no publicity is better than bad publicity. In some cases, bad publicity is good, but TNA hasn't had any of that lately. Their biggest hype, like I said, where their 1.3 came in, I think it's because they hyped up so much that this past Impact was going to be the biggest deal of 2011, and then you really don't have anything to call a big deal. That's just me. But we'll see where it goes with this. In our next show, we'll have your Impact ratings and review for tomorrow night. Impact, 9 p.m. Eastern on Spike TV. And until next time, feel free to visit WrestleTalkShow.webs.com. Send show emails to cwecompany@gmail.com. Thank you again to our viewers. Friend us at Facebook and Twitter. And until next time, guys, we thank you, as always, for your viewership. Without you, this would not be possible. And until next time, with your Impact review, I'm Josh Zimmerman saying have a great day.